Hello there, survivors, and welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended. Today, we're back with another build stream. We're gonna attempt to build a custom Zeppelin here on the new Zeppelin that has been added to the game with the Bob Talltales DLC Part 2. I'm not quite sure what to expect. I probably it's just like a raft, like the structures will be quite limited in how much we can use. Probably means that we can't actually build that much, like we can't go crazy and build like super big. I think my settings are still on default because I figured that way whatever I end up designing can be helpful for as many people as possible. Of course, if you raise the limit, you can probably make some crazy things on here. But for now, I think it's just the platform structures are just like the one that is normal ARK. So we'll see if we can even build anything nice on there with that little structures. But I figure that could be a fun challenge, you know? Trying to see if we can actually build something nice in such a size constrained, I suppose. I think that could be really fun. Maybe I'll change my mind halfway through and be like, well, this is tiny. How am I supposed to work like this? But then again, I've been building some pretty big things recently. So maybe I do deserve a little break and build something small. I like how it's blurry so you can't see quite what I did, but yeah, that's the dino pen that I've been working on. I'll finish that up. Yeah, we'll just have to check. We have a Zeppelin here. I placed it down. It looks quite funky. I love the look of it. I love all these steampunk vibes, to be honest. They did a very good job making them all look very, very nice. I wish we had skins for all the storage and crafting stations as well. That would be quite nice to have, to fully go all in with the steampunk. Same for when we had the western stuff, to be honest. It would be nice if you could make all your structures, including your crafting station and storage, fit in with the vibe that you're working with. But I guess we can't be too demanding. It's already pretty cool that what we've got so far, the skins and stuff. So yeah, today we'll try and turn this little Zeppelin into a somewhat mobile base. So I think what I want to do is at least make sure that we can maybe put a tame back in here, walk it up and walk it in. Maybe for like resource gathering or just going out and about. Might be nice to be able to park at least, you know, something small to medium size in there, like Ravagers, like Ankies, like Doeds, stuff like that. I think would be nice if you could fit that inside. So we'll probably keep the back open to limit the structures, because I do not think that we can, well, we probably can fit the gate on here, but I think there's always also a height limit on these platforms. So probably also another thing that we need to keep in mind whilst building on here. Yeah, that we can't go too high, we can't go too many structures. It's gonna be a real challenge, but a fun challenge, I think. So yeah, that's gonna be today's build, today's challenge, I suppose. Always fun to challenge yourself every now and then. So yeah, I think we're gonna keep it. Well, we're going to start fairly simple and we're going to see how many structures we can actually use before we run into the limit. That is, I guess, the big question. You kind of want to make sure that we line this up with the edge. There we go. Feels like it lines up pretty nicely. Like so. Oh, we can't have any... Maybe if we do ceilings, we can still expand it a little bit. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that lines up pretty nicely. I guess not perfectly, but That's to be expanded. Oh, you have rope ladders? That's quite interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Well, that's good to know. That kind of means that we need to keep those accessible, I suppose. Which we might have slightly blocked them. Maybe we want to be slightly closer to the front here then. Just to see. What happens if we do it like this? Oh, that's too much. So yeah, we kind of need to make sure that that lines up in a nice way, I suppose. That could be nice. But what kind of structure would we have here then? Okay, so for example, can I get in? No, I can't. Okay. What if we slightly extend outside what there is right now? And we would have these as entrances. Can I still get in now? That is the question. There we go. We can still get in. And I think that's not too bad. Basically making like a little, yeah, front to our build. Because we want to build it up a little bit. So we want to make sure that we can still build it up in front of here without getting too much in the way. Like this would still make sense, I feel like. Like you can still see where you're flying. You can see still see where you're going. But yeah, it's a little bit more build up. What does this look like? I wish we had like also wooden variants for this, because you have those for the pillars. But if I do use them right now, it would just get lost. So maybe what we do... Do I still have the frontier skin now? Maybe we play around with combining the two. Like what if we keep this made out of wood? And then we have those pillars. But I might be wasting a lot of the structure limit that I can use. Also might be a little bit too much, because this lines up way better with the normal structure. I'm undecided yet if I want to keep those all wood or if I like them with a little bit of the metal and stone. I don't know. Okay, let's see first of all how big this is going to be. So I guess we have a little bit of room left here. But now we can still use the ladders as well, which I guess is quite nice to be able to. Because they're on there, we might as well make sure that we can use them. I do think that we want to have this on here. But I also think we might want to go for this variant. I don't know, it just feels a little bit more suited. And then we can still kind of see what's underneath as well. There we go. The other one feels a little bit too fancy for the Zeppelin. All right. We'll fill it all in like this. Okay, I guess that's the size that we're gonna work with. Again, I am on the default structure limit, so that's probably not too big. I think we're gonna start out with 2 walls. Could we have 2 windows here? Does that make sense? Not really, I suppose. Maybe just to let some light in. I guess with this window you have a little bit more of a view. Maybe we do keep that. I don't know. I didn't read the patch notes that well. Just happy that rock drakes work. All right. Yeah, maybe we keep this front here, the wood. I feel like that is actually quite nice here on the front. Okay. Well, so far, all good. No limit has been reached. And we can actually still build. Build a little roof on here. You know, turn it into a little bit. I don't think I can go much higher without reaching the limit quite quickly. And I think it would be nice to at least have some things on here so that we can have, yeah, some proper use for it. Let me actually grab my little bulldog, because then we can have some light if it gets darker on the map. Or if we go inside, like, we can actually still see. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, because again, default build limit, it's going to be a little bit more tricky. Hello there, Grabe. Hello there. The builder in me really wants to be at least able to add a little bit of extra detail to the roof here. Okay. Let's add in those. You know, a little extra window in there. Okay, maybe before we go too far, we'll add in some structures that we want. I think we do want power, just to be sure. Is that kind of in the middle? No. What the heck? Alright, that's alright. So we got a generator in here at least, because I would like to have the linked storage. I feel like that would be very useful. Because then you would be able to just load it in and it would be at the base, right?
This is where the fun begins.
Hello there. This is where the fun begins. Thank you, Grape, for the bits. 10 bits. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. We can have some storage. Do we need more storage? How much is this? It's not too much. I mean, I guess you could have a vault or something, but that would limit space. I feel like at the back I can still at least park something in now. I don't know. We'll have to try in a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, maybe these windows didn't make a whole lot of sense. That one does. Maybe we can keep the front ones, but maybe we get normal walls back here. Because if we're gonna place things against those, might as well have this. Hello there. Yes, subscriber. I didn't get a message for that, did I? Thank you. I guess we can have another storage cabinet in that case.
Hello there.
Hello there. Thanks for the follow. Great. And then we can have a forge here, so we can smelt some on the way. Like, for example, if you have your Anki here, you can grab some metal, smelt it on the way back. I feel like that makes sense. Right? Do we want to place... Oh yeah, the smithy. Probably also want to have a smithy, because then we can craft stuff on the way, or repair stuff. That feels pretty useful, right? We have the power, mostly just to power this, I suppose. We can smelt, we have a little bit of storage. Did we reach the limit yet? Don't think so. There we go. We can add a little bit of detail to the entrance here. Ooh, we can still add more. Oh, so those would be the last. Do I want to add them there? Do I want to add anything else? What else would we want on the airship? I feel like we've got pretty much what we need, right? To make it useful. Like, certainly we can't add much more building-wise. Like, we can remove the 2 pillars, but we get 2 pieces back. I guess default build limit is quite low. Which means that it might almost be done already. Let's see. Let's go to the dino pen. Because then I can see if something can still be parked inside dino. I mean, I didn't like the idea of flyers on Aberration, but at least I guess it's very slow. Oh god. Why is it so hard to just land? There we go. Now we can extend the ladder. I'm not allowed to climb it? Why? There we go. I love that this is a thing. Awesome. Awesome. Hello there, James. Yeah, I guess we could see if this is able to fit in. You know, if I want to go out and I don't want to walk all the way. This is probably the biggest thing that I would think to take. I suppose it does fit, but just barely, and now I'm kind of stuck as well. So maybe if we want to use this guy... Oh god. Yeah, we need to kind of park him right at the back. Which I guess means that we could take more than just that. Let's see. If I also want to take a Ravager. Oh. Can I? Oh, yeah. So we park this inside. Then we have the one on the back. And we can still take off. Weight-wise, we're totally good. So yeah, I guess this does work as a mobile base, so you can still carry some things around. Like if I take care of this, I can probably park my Ravager up front here, maybe have an Anki or Doid right here, and then have Megalosaurus here at the back. You know, as like a little protection piece. I probably, you know, you would have to put them all on passive for sure. just so that they don't run off from your Zeppelin while you're flying around. But yeah, that's a pretty decent haul for what you can take with you. That's not too bad at all. Like, let's try to get some air. There we go. Flying airship. Oh, I'm running into my own buildings. The arena is not... Oh, I knocked off my own thing with the build. I knocked off both of them because I ran into the building. Well, that's fine. I guess my dino pen not quite big. Also, I don't really know how to fly these that well, but yeah, you can usually fit them on there. The structure limit definitely is quite low, so you can't build too much because like what we have definitely isn't a lot. Like it's a tiny little build, but it does look nice at least. Like it's a pretty nice mobile home, like mobile flying raft with a little bit of storage, forge, crafting, link storage. So I feel like it's pretty useful at least. You know? Flying about, getting your stuff. Feels pretty useful. I guess that does mean that you can't build a lot with the normal structure limit, which is fine. That's totally fine, right? That's yeah, if you just want a quick small mobile base that you can use for gathering and stuff like that, I guess this will work. You don't need that much to begin with. Why am I stuck? Why am I stuck, ARK? Can I get out like this? Thank you. Yeah, I guess it's really all you need. Okay, well. We'll put them back where they belong. Yeah, I mean, just a small mobile home. I guess we're done quite quickly. I didn't quite know what to expect from the normal structure limit for these rafts, but I guess they're pretty tiny. They're pretty tiny. I'm still not quite sure what I like more. This or the wood. I kind of like the wood because it matches with the wood that's already on the front, like this piece. So I think that works. The ramps. Oh, the built-in ramps. Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess that's for Zeppelin. That was definitely a lot faster than I expected. But yeah, that's really all you can build within the limit, I suppose. Just a small little cozy house on... Well, I was going to say on wheels, but it's not really on wheels. Like, it's just your flying house in the sky. Yeah, but I could see myself going on adventures like this. It's quite slow, but at least you could go places. Yeah, I guess what we could do, now that this guy is already done so quickly, we could start working on a hangar that I want to build for the Zeppelin to park it in at the base, because otherwise it's the shortest stream ever. I don't know. I haven't tried any linked storage. This one isn't powered, so can't really use it. But I don't know. I hope they do. All right, let me adjust the titles then, because we're gonna build more Zeppelin and Hangar, I guess. Because, yeah, otherwise we would be done quite quickly. All right. Hello, hello there. Okay, so my plan, we got the dino pen right here. We got our starter house right there. I think over here is where I want to build my like main workshop and storage. So that leaves this side where I think I want to build my hangar so that I can park my Zeppelin in there. So maybe right over here, because then it faces the blue, which feels like it makes sense. All right. Probably want to clear out a few things here. Let's get our tools. Okay, well, these should all be able to go. I hope this can go as well. Yeah, there we go. Want to make sure that we've got plenty of space because the hangar is going to be, well, it's going to have to be at least big enough to house my Zeppelin, right? And maybe if we're smart about it, we can park like 1 or 2 rock drakes next to the Zeppelin as well. I feel like that makes sense. So they're ready to go gliding into the blue. Right? Okay. I feel like we want to clear out some of these rocks. Hello there, David. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm good. How about you? Now, I haven't really done any preparation to build the hangar. Probably I should have done it, because I could have guessed that building just the Zeppelin wasn't going to take that long. But we'll wing it. We'll see what we can do. I guess we kind of want to make a rounded shape. Maybe that's enough space. I'm probably going to use the ASR foundations. They're actually quite the same, exactly the same as normal foundations, but I feel like they're snapping and their layers, so how they stick above the ground, they work a little bit better than the normal ones. Okay, so I guess what we want is like a decent size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 maybe? Let's see how far that can go. Of course, not that far before the landscape is going to be difficult. I feel like that's wide enough. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely want to extend that a little bit. Okay, well, turns out we need to clear a little bit more. I mean, the look right now doesn't matter too much because we're probably mostly gonna skin them anyway for Frontier or Steampunk skins. Or other custom cosmetics. There we go. That's one more gun. Okay, well, this one is going to be in the way as well. That's definitely right in the middle. There we go. Oh, look at Mr. Croc. Just hanging out. Okay, how much do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 14, because then it's a little bit longer than it's wide. And we'll have to get rid of a little bit more before we can actually get this foundation done. I feel like that might be big enough. We can always extend, of course. We probably want to have at least at one side like a little platform leading out of it at the blue zone site. All right, let's see. That should be far enough. I feel like that's a pretty decent size for our hangar. That should definitely fit the Zeppelin that we build, and then also maybe fit 1 or 2 rock drakes eventually. Let's just see if we can fill this all in. Should be fine. Let's get rid of the hatchet. That's going to be annoying. There we go. Filling it all in. All right. Feel like a lot of grass is still sticking out. There we go. I was gonna say, usually the grass goes away, right? Only the plants I need to remove myself. Okay, let's fill in all of the foundations so that we can really clearly see the size of the hangar that we're going to be working with. But I do think we got a pretty decent size for this. Definitely gonna be able to park my Zeppelin in here without any issues. Alright, let's fill this all in. Okay, well, that's a pretty decent foundation size. I feel like that's big enough for our platform for sure. Let's get the whip out and make sure that we all take away all these plants as well. There we go. Just to make it look a little bit clean, right? There we go. Okay, so... Oh, nope, we missed a little bit. So, I guess what we need to decide is whether we just park the thing right here on the ground, or we want to have a little bit of a raised bit. Does that make sense? Probably not, because that's just going to make it very annoying to park there, right? Like, in the case that we do end up using it, it's going to be probably impractical to have to fly it onto a specific thing rather than just land it somewhere. Yeah, let's just, to get ready, switch all these to the right skin. Although, does it make sense to have this skin? I don't think so. Because it's a little bit too fancy for a hangar, right? To have like these floors, and I can't change them to the glass one. So maybe the metal floor makes a little bit more sense here. Although I do wish I could have these pipe on the side still, but yeah, probably this makes more sense as a floor for a hangar instead of having the fancy floors of the steampunk skins. So I guess what we need to decide now is like how high is this gonna start? I feel like this might be a good start. Yeah, I feel like we kind of want like a rounded shape. But the question is, like, do we go for something like this, where it starts like this, for example? So we have two of those. And then we have like a couple of ramps. And then we would have some normal ceilings. Ah, that might actually be a good shape already, right? For the roof. I kind of like that already. Not too fancy, but not too boring either. Like, it would either be that, or I suppose we leave out the normal roofs altogether and have like only this. But that feels like it might be too flat. Like, for example, if we were to do that, I feel, yeah, that's way too flat. Definitely the first option. The other one is way too boring. Okay, well, that's good. So that's 2, 3, 2. That's what we're gonna make. Let's at least make these corners so that we can easily snap our roof to it. So I guess we want to do this, but I definitely also think we want to do the overhang on the outside. Yeah, we definitely need to make some kind of pattern in the middle of the floor for landing, but we can probably do that with painting some of the foundations. Okay, let's see. So that would be the start. I do think we also probably want to end up doing something over here, either this or probably this, just to round it off and have an overlap on the outside as well. Okay. gonna be not a quite big build, I suppose. Well, this one you need to be able to fly in and out of, so I feel like it does make sense to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think that's gonna be nice. Alright, and then we'll have the ceilings like this in the middle. All the way through to the other side. And I guess then we just repeat the process of building what we just did. Guess let's get rid of the ones that we placed by accident. And we just go all the way across. There we go. And now all we need to do is the last bit. Well, that's not all we need to do, of course. But then at least we have the shape of the roof in place. And I kind of want to check out the overlap that we want to do on the outside. But I think just adding one layer of ramps on the outside will actually look quite nice. And especially once we change them to the steampunk skins with the golden details. Yeah, they are quite nice, aren't they? Yeah, I think this definitely works as a hangar shape. Feels right. Yeah, I think we kind of want to have these because the normal one is going to be too much. I guess that works. Is that too much? Kind of makes it more like a barn, but otherwise it's going to be so flat. Like, I guess the alternative would be just doing this. That might be better to keep it more of the hangar shape. What do you guys think? Do we go for the ramp on the outside or just the railings? So that we do have a little overlap, but like it doesn't change the direction, I suppose, of the roof that was attached to it. Like, yeah, I don't know. The ramp feels a little bit much, but then again, I don't know. Because I do like the way these look, especially if you do these. It is quite nice. Yep. The ramp versus the railing. Let me know. Let me know what you would prefer. Look-wise. I can't say. I have to think about it a little bit. I'm gonna change some of these skins so that we can see what it will actually look like. And this is gonna be very fancy. There we go. Yeah, I think the glass variant makes a little bit more sense, blends a little bit nicer with the other one. And again, I guess it lets in a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, still not the biggest fan of this process of having to change them all manually. Yeah, probably would have worked a little bit easier if they did the same thing as they did for the Frontier skin and just giving you like separate selections for all different variations. Okay, come on. Yeah, this is gonna be my life for a while. As long as we do steampunk builds, we're gonna be doing this. There we go. All right, that's a good start. There we go. And then I guess the sides, we also want to at least apply the skins, which would allow us to get some easy windows in there as well with these skin variations for the roof parts. There we go. And then I guess we still need to make the decision whether we want a ramp or the railing on the end. I guess the ramp might actually look a little bit nicer because it sticks out a little bit more, stands out more clearly than the than just the railing. Well, please let me play ARK. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure, but I do think that having the actual ramps might be nicer than just having this tiny little railing, because you don't see that well that anything sticks out on that side. Okay, but also what we need to figure out is a nice design here for the front entrance. Of course, we kind of want to make sure that the middle is open enough that we could fly in and out with the Zeppelin and with a rock drake potentially, but I think we want to have a little bit build up sides. Probably like this. Is that far enough? Yeah, I think if we build more than this, one, we're going to run into the problem here at the top that you can't have a slope wall where you have a ramp. As well as, yeah, it's just going to be too narrow to easily fly in and out, right? So that means that we probably want to have these there. Do I want some pillars there as well? I do think I do. Just to create that little bit of extra shape to the build. There we go. I thought I placed an extra accidental one. Alright. So, I think that if I use this, that's going to be too fancy to use everywhere. So maybe we have only the bottom like that. And maybe we then do just a frontier one. I kind of like that. A little bit more wood, because then we could actually use this pillar variation, which is quite nice, but yeah, it kind of clashes with this skin. But I think it can work here. Yeah, I think I like that. And then maybe, because this definitely clashes a lot, maybe what we do is we have the stone ones down there, and then it goes into the other variation. That makes more sense probably. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Oh, well, I do need to apply the skins first. But yeah, I do think this is going to turn out quite nice. There we go. Yeah, you got the bottoms and then we got the wooden bit on top. I think that makes a lot of sense actually. Yeah, it just looks a little bit nicer overall. Kind of still want to have something to kind of symbolize that that's the entrance. So maybe if we put them like so, there's at least something symbolizing. We might actually extend that a little bit to make it a little bit more visible. There we go. I think that works. Keep one like this. Or do we make that fancy? I feel like fancy. I love these railings. Just the fancy details in them. They're really nice. And they match the roof a little bit nicer, like the ramps. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. As an entrance, do we want any more details on the front? Can we add any more details on the front? I don't know if we can. Alright, the side of the building. Well, we're definitely going to use walls. There might be some windows at some points. For now, let's fill it in so we can kind of visualize what it would look like and what might be nice to have and what makes sense to have. Especially now that we kind of know that we're probably going to be using more of the frontier skin for the walls. There we go. Let's fill these walls in as well, like the other side. There we go. Come on. Fill it all in. Well, everything, please. There we go. All right. Well, I definitely feel like we got the shape right, and now that I see all this, I think just having the railings is not going to be enough. Like, that's not gonna really be that visible, so the ramps are definitely going to be the better option, I think, just to add that little bit of detail on the side, making sure that there is a proper little overhang. There we go. And we'll do that here over on the other side as well. Oh, no. Okay, so that should already be much nicer. Yeah, I like that shape. That feels more natural, having a little bit of the overlap on the side. A little bit more fancy. I think we can work with that. We do have a very big and boring roof that we definitely want to do something about, and definitely not just leave it like this. I guess here we can also start adding in our skins to get the right look. Nope, that's not the one. There we go. Do the same thing over here. Nope. Pillar, please. There we go. Change this one. Change that one. And then fill in the frontier skin right there. I mean, yeah, I feel like that does make a lot of sense. If I add much more than that, it's yeah, probably too complicated for a hangar front. Just like that. There we go. All right, so those are the both entrances to the hangar. I would assume we would want both entrances open, or do we at this side have it a little bit differently? Maybe we do in fact have it a little bit differently here. Like maybe you just have a gate? I think Behemoth probably is too big, right? Because I do like the way that looks. Yeah, that's why it's too high. I guess it would have fit, but it's just way too high. And realistically, we do not need it to fit dinos into it. pretty sure that I picked all the gates, right? So I guess we just have the one gate. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like it would be nice to have a back in here, since you're not really flying out this way. And that changes it up a little bit, right? Okay. Can I delete these? Because I feel like if we're gonna build a wall in this, we're probably not gonna do this too much. Because for one, I would be able to cross over like that. Probably want something more special here. I think. If we can. I guess it should be able to fit if we make like a little round window in there. There we go. Okay, I guess we just kind of fill in those gaps. Yeah, maybe like this. Okay, I guess if we change these skins, that doesn't look too bad. Kind of just fills in those gaps with the nice intricate details. Do we keep it all wood or do we actually do something different here? Because kind of feels like it might be nice to differentiate from the first bit. So maybe we just keep it metal. Because I would use the steampunk skin, but then everything has like wallpaper on the inside. And that doesn't really fit the very like hangar-like vibe, industrial vibe. It's too fancy. Yeah, I don't know if I like this part. I think I'm gonna pick these up and do the more traditional solution, just getting it as close as possible and only having those filled in. Wait, we got rid of the roof. That's not a plan. There we go. And then we can still have this. I feel like that makes a little bit more sense than having it all maybe made out of wood. Probably want a little bit more details in there still. Maybe some extra pillars. Do we want it like that? Yeah, I think I do, because if I do it right next to the gate, doesn't make too much sense. And those skins help it come back together again. Okay, so that's gonna be stone again. I guess we could also try to paint it. So we have used gold a little bit around the place. Don't know what it looks like on metal, but at least on the metal water reservoirs, it looks quite nice. Oof, that might be a little bit too much. Maybe that's what we need. It's kind of like orangey, maybe like copper. Maybe that is what we need. Maybe we need to go funky. There we go. It's not too bad. It's definitely not too bad. I think we probably want to have a little bit more detail in here if we can. So maybe what we try and do is have like one of these things. There we go. That's not that bad. See, they're very different color on this one. But at least that's like a little pipe leading into the base. Oh, crabs. Just makes the wall a little bit less flat. Could I just add one very close? Nope. I guess we can add this as a detail. Just straight against the wall. So we have two different variations of that. I think that works. Might have to play around a little bit more with how to paint them in the best way. Although the copper look is quite cool and is quite fitting, I think. Maybe we can combine a couple different kind of oranges to make it like look like slightly weathered, or maybe some like green blue in there, like aged copper a little bit. All options we could consider, I suppose. Let's fill in the gate as well, so we can have a proper little steampunk gate. And I guess here at the exit, we at least want to make sure that we have a little ramp in and out. And then I think we actually want to have a little bit of details here for the entrance, just to make it a little bit more 3D, add a little bit more layers instead of being mostly flat. There we go. Little entrance there. That looks quite nice. Yeah, I think that works for now. I might play around with colors, but I'll probably do that later because that's just a little bit time consuming. And we got the rest of the hangar still to work at, and I guess mostly the inside. All right. Well, I want to give a little bit more light. All right, so a pretty sizable hangar. I guess we also still need to figure out the look of the side, but I feel like for the side, it's much more acceptable just to have at least the line of this at the bottom, because for the outside that will look very nicely. We can see both sides. And then okay, so if I have like 3 of them there, 3 of them here, 3 there, 3 there, and then we have 2 in the middle. That's not too bad, I would say. Okay, what if we have windows there? But instead of actual windows, it's gonna be like air vents. Because it's like an industrial place. They don't have to serve any purpose, but just it feels a little bit more industrial. There we go. I feel like that could be nice. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we can have those more as the industrial vibe of the air conditioning than actually needing it, because I mean it's going to be a parking lot. It's not really gonna need air conditioning, but it might look nice. All right, let's change these skins to what we want them to be. Okay, and I guess the other side we already built the Zeppelin. We did that at the start, but if you build with the official limit, you can't really build too much on them. Like they are very, very tiny. Maybe later I'll do Well, not as in later today, but maybe later I'll raise my limit so we can just build something bigger on them. See what we could come up with if people like Zeppelins. I don't know. Do people like Zeppelins? Yeah, I do, but I know a lot of people that watch the tutorials and the build videos don't. So that's why I decided, at least for the start, okay, let's keep the limit so that I know what the limit is. But if a lot of people want to see more Zeppelins and bigger Zeppelins, we can of course easily adjust the limit. There we go. Let's change those skins nicely like this. There we go. And perfect. Yeah, I do feel that we could probably use some kind of windows here still. But I'm not quite sure which ones. Because we could do it like this. Because I really like these windows. Which has a little bit more of the fancy skin, which we want as little as possible on the inside. But, yeah, I don't know. What does that look like? Yeah, it's a little bit random, right? It's already random that we have it at all, but maybe at least this makes a little more sense. And what makes more sense? To have them there? Maybe it does, because then you can have something against the wall as well. Oh, wrong skin. Oh yeah, we could change the wall actually. Flip it. That could be nice. Like it happened on accident in a couple of them. But I think that might actually be a good way to kind of add a little bit more detail to this wall. There we go. Yeah, because the texture is slightly different, right? Yeah, to kind of freeze it up a little bit more. All right. Let's add some windows in as well. And we're probably just going to use these, or... Ooh, no, we might use these instead. Bring back the steampunky element. Yeah, I think I like that a lot. Yeah, these wooden pillars go quite nicely together with the frontier skins. Yeah, I think I quite like that. Like, it's not too complicated, not too fancy. But I think it does the trick, breaking up the patterns that are there. Okay, probably best to just delete those so I can actually see which ones I'm placing and whether I'm placing the wrong one or not. There we go, because we need to flip them. There we go. And we'll add in our little windows. There we go. I think this is not too bad. Like obviously it's still a pretty flat wall. But we did add a little bit of detail to it as far as we could. It does feel like a hangar now for sure. Yeah, not too bad. I almost feel like we could change this part to wood as well. So if like the metal middle, and then we just go back to wood. Yeah, I actually do like that a little bit better. All right. And I guess if we want to really add some extra detail here, we could like maybe have one of these and one of these. What the heck is happening? Look at the forest brightly lit. Yeah, I think that could be nice. Like basically just looking like big pipes doing something on the outside. Yeah, adds a little bit of depth to that for sure. Probably want to do something similar here on the other side as well. There we go. Hello there, hello there. 2234. Oh, I was like, what do you mean? Okay, well, this is what am I stuck on ARK? There's nothing there. Okay, this is definitely starting to look more and more like a hangar. We might need to, of course, do something here on the inside as well to make sure that we have a little bit more detail, but I feel like we can easily do that. And an easy start to that is, I guess, mirror these pillars that we have on the outside to add a little bit more supports in there. There we go. Oh, did I add pillars on the outside? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There we go, because that's going to just act as like looking like supports, but also add some detail, and then we can probably do some boxes and everything like cargo basically in here, because it's not going to be my proper storage room. It's just going to be parking for the airship, the Zeppelin, and maybe some rock drakes at some point. There we go. I feel to match the exterior, it would be nice to have the first one of stone and the rest the wooden variant. Kind of like that variation as well. Do I want to have like a pipe coming from somewhere there and connecting up to somewhere here? Since we do have those things on the outside, I guess it wouldn't be the weirdest to have like basically what looks like a pipe coming straight through. Although that might block the airship. No, we definitely need more light, please, Bulldog. Okay, speaking of lights, we probably just want to add some proper lights in here. Actually, probably what I want to do is line them up with this. There we go. And then another one right there. Oh, these are outside the range of the current power structures, I suppose. That's too bad. We'll have to power them later, I suppose. All right, maybe for scale, we bring in the Zeppelin, so that we can see how much space we have left. And also, for those that missed it, this is the little Zeppelin that we've designed. So this is what you can build within the current, like, limit of normal vanilla ARK. The one limit. So it's a tiny little floating house with some storage, with some crafting stuff. Linked storage as well, so you can easily transfer quickly the stuff that you've been out collecting. And you can still get some tames in as well. So you could easily transfer some of your tames, and we tested we can fit in like Ravagers easily, so probably your Doets and your Anki's not going to be any problem. And then you can also have on the little ramp at the back, you could also have like a Megalosaurus or something like that. So pretty decent size wise. Let's see if we can land this thing. Okay. Pretty much the perfect size, I suppose. It's kind of hard to land because if I go backwards, it goes up. Okay, let's try to park it neatly somewhat in the middle. There we go. All right. So that's roughly what it would look like inside. That's fine. That's a perfect size. Yeah, that does mean we don't really want to add any clutter to like the middle part of the build. But what we do want to do, for example, is stuff like this to like simulate the supports. Of the beams basically connecting to one side to the other. I feel like that is at least nice to do. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, we have those beams. Of course, we're gonna all have to change the skins again, but that takes a little bit, so we'll do that later. We'll get rid of the extra railings that we've placed. Only two. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah. So wait, if I grab a little bit of power from this generator. Wait, no, we actually have a lot more in the
Hello there.
Zeppelin, because I made sure to have enough. Hello there, thanks for subscribing. Let's grab some out of the Zeppelin. No, that's driving. I kind of just wanna... There we go. We have some gasoline for in here. And then we can see if we power this. Can I now power the rest in this place? No, it cannot. So for some reason, whatever this does only powers stuff on the platform itself. Okay, well that's good to know, I guess. That's a little bit crazy, but good to know. So maybe then for the time being... Oh, no, I didn't want to drop that. I wanted to place one. Yeah, we kind of just make sure that we place one right here. Grab a little bit of gasoline so that we can power this place and we can start adding a little bit more light because it is quite dark in here. And how is it still empowered? Is the region of this thing so small? Oh yeah, it's just about not big enough to power everything. That is crazy. Like, look at this. It's almost there. Almost there. Well, I guess at least we have a little bit of light this way. You know, it's not completely dark anymore inside. We can see what we've built, which is a nice start, but I definitely want to add some extra details here and there, which I think I might also use a custom cosmetic of the clinger structures, because there's a lot of nice stuff there that we can definitely more than easily use. Can I? Oh, can't have it in my inventory. Okay, so what we kind of want to do is add some supports like this. To make it feel like, you know, the whole place is properly supported, and add as many nice little details inside as we can. So there we go. I guess you could add things like this to add a little bit more shape to it all. I mean, we might as well, right? Because we can't really build in the middle of this thing, so we want to add all the detail that we can here on the sides. Yeah, I guess what I want to try and do is hide the generator in the middle, but I don't know if I can, because I don't believe I could have a ceiling or like a hatch frame with it underneath. Okay, so we have all these supports now, and then what I want to do is grab the Klinger Rustic skins, because they are quite nice, and I think they fit this style pretty well as well. And make them a little bit more rounded, a little bit more fancy, and they look quite nice like this. Yeah, why not? That adds a funky little shape to this. Okay, that's the one side done. We'll do it the other side as well. There we go. Quite nicely indeed. And that just adds a little bit of extra detail to all these sides. I kind of like that. Makes it look all a little bit more supported in general. And then of course we have the ones in the middle as well. The railings that will still need to change skins as well. Yeah, we got the little Zeppelin in here as well. What we could do is... could we add some lights? Does that make sense? Maybe on here? Since this place can be quite dark on Aberration. Might be nice. Little extensions of the pillars. There we go. Can't turn this on. Let there be light. There we go. That does feel like a little bit more proper, like it's properly lit up. As the hangar should be. There we go. Yeah, I quite like that. Now I think what we want to do is kind of extend this a little bit, like almost like a runway. So we have like a runway out of the hangar into the blue, or at least to the edge of here. We could even play around with the platforms. Now we can't really attach them to here, but if we were to expand this, I guess we could maybe have it at the end of the runway. Like, that's the middle. I guess we could have it like this. Do we want to have it metal or... I don't know which one is better suited for steampunk. This looks a little bit too modern, maybe. But I think we can have the runway go into the cliff platform. Maybe the stone one actually could be a decent option. Okay, so from the middle... Yeah, I think that works nicely. I wish they made a steampunk skin for these. Can you imagine what that would look like? Okay, so what we want to do, I suppose, is kind of expand these. I know we'll have to use some pillars at some point as well. But I feel like we kind of want to try and expand this runway until we meet the platform, which shouldn't be too long actually, and then we can just make it go into that, and that could be our... it's going to be like our first little integration with cliff platforms for the base, which I definitely want to do. So I guess if we do stairs, no, we want a little bit more, so maybe one more layer of this. I guess we kind of want to... that's the middle, I suppose. Right? Yeah. No, it's not. Oh, we didn't do it right. Didn't do it right. We left out one. So yeah, that is the middle. Maybe now that it's a little bit closer, we can actually make it a little bit easier to line up. We'll have those going out. This is actually the middle, and then we try to place the platform lined up with that. Nope, that's the metal one. We don't want that. We want this one. There we go. That kind of seems lined up. I wish the beam... wait, let's try if we could do that. Like, if we could line up the beam with the middle a little bit, that would be... yeah, it doesn't let me, like, rotate it, so... yeah, I guess that's gonna be very tricky. I guess that's gonna be enough. Like, that lines up pretty nicely with the platform. And then we can like slowly make the transition into this, because then you have a nice rounded shape to end with. I think that's going to be nice. Come on. Okay, so we need to check if we go down with stairs, that easily reaches like this. Do we want stairs or do we perhaps want this? Because that's going to take a long time. Maybe stairs are the better option. But we could make it into a little bit more of a design. Oh, I guess here we're going to have a little bit of the nature in there. Like, I guess what we could do is have something like this. Okay, I think that works. Can I now remove these? I can. That is actually quite nice. Probably want to get rid of this axe as well, alright? Do we need this? So that's 1, 2, 3. What happens if we remove it? Yeah, it stays. Well, that's fine. So I guess, yeah, we want to fill in these walls. Just so that we do not have like the random open space underneath. Okay, well, there's already a raptor chilling on my platform, but that's fine. Okay, let's fill these in as well. Perfect. So these we definitely want to skin. The pillars we definitely want to change. All right. I think this is turning out quite nicely. And we've made our first integration with the cliffside, which is quite nice. There we go. Well, we definitely want to have these. Come on. Let me change. Do we want to fill this in as well? Maybe we do actually. Probably we do. Because, yeah, these steampunk stairs look really nice. So we definitely want to have those. That's going to be quite nice as well. Like proper little integration here. I do like the look of this already. Like the little extra addition to the outside really helps a lot. I guess here on the side, what we might want to do is ramps so that it's easier, I guess, to bring in some tames maybe. I don't know. Is that easier? Don't know if I like that look. Might be nicer if I just do some stairs there. Like so. Yeah, I think that is probably the nicest look. Yeah, I don't need a pillar there. Barely gonna see change. Alright, that is quite a good start, I would say. Maybe what I do want to do is, I do want to have pillars there, but then have them slightly higher. So I will remove... Oh, that was foundation. I should be able to place that back now. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna disappear again, but in the long term, this is gonna be much better for us. It's gonna look much nicer. There we go. This is gonna just stick out above the edge of the walls. What the heck? Do they not have support anymore? Yeah, I can... I guess we place this back then. Jeez. Dramatic. But yeah, I do like those little pillars sticking out like this, so definitely want to go ahead and do that. There we go. We'll turn it into a proper pillar. That looks quite nice. Probably want to do... Maybe I actually want to do the same there as well. There we go. We can delete all these. We can change these skins. And then we can change all the skin. I think there's another pillar in here. Oh wait, there was already a pillar there. There we go. Change these as well, so that we have, yeah, quite a nice little platform running out like so into this platform on the edge. I think that's quite nice. Okay, we'll definitely have some railings like this, right? That just makes sense. And then probably here as well. And these railings are too nice anyway, so doesn't really matter if we have more of them. All right. I do really like the way this is coming together. Nice little platform running out from our hangar. And then we probably want to have some lights here and there. Maybe just right there. Yeah, they are not powered, but that's going to be fine for now. Do we all want to keep this metal on top of here? Because I could imagine that the glass textures... No, that might be weird, right? Probably better to keep that the same as that. Yeah, the new railings are one of the best. Like, the intricate details on that, like, oh, it's so good. They're going to be so nice to use for many more builds in the future. Now, what we could do is, if we wanted to, we could still extend the platform a little bit. Because you can, I think... Yeah, we can snap things to this. So if we wanted to, we could in fact make this a little bit bigger still. And just extend it that little bit more. I think we can just go up by 3 like normal foundations. So this connection here, you might want to keep intact, right? We might want to make sure that we can still hop off those. Then this platform could be where the rock drakes could be parked, ready for takeoff. Yeah, I guess that's the part that we want to keep free a little bit more. So maybe we kind of do it like this. Nope, there. There we go. So yeah, that's a nice extension to the platform. And then here we'll probably want to make sure that we have like a way to get up to the platform so that we kind of have connection to the zip line that's naturally there. So like this. Normally I would put the railing there, but I feel like because of the zip line, we're not doing that. Yeah, I think this is a good point for rock drakes to take off. If you want to fly into the blue, it's probably going to be quite perfect. There we go. And then it kind of goes into nature, I suppose. Yeah, we might want to think about how we're going to keep the place safe if we want to play survival, because that's going to attract things. What texture? I mean, I do really like the glass texture of the new things. It's going to take me some time to change all those, but I probably think that's going to be the best. Do we want to do that for a 3D, or maybe do we want to create like a pattern with some wood? What would that look like? Oh yeah, the glass, definitely a good call because you can see through a little bit. That is quite nice. Yeah, I guess creating a pattern would be quite nice. Yeah, glide suit as well, I suppose, would be quite nice to jump off from. I don't use the glide suit that much because it can't be a shark and glide suit at the same time, which is ridiculous, but unfortunately the harsh reality that we live in. What is the slight gap between these? Alright, well, better change all these glass textures. Come on. Yeah, the glass is quite nice because you can see the lights and everything from the blue coming up. Just a shame that we have to do it all by hand, all the way across. Not the most time efficient thing to do. But it's fine. I mean, to be fair, we've built a lot more than I maybe at first anticipated. Well, I kind of had a feeling that the Zeppelin, just the Zeppelin, might be a little bit too small for one whole stream, but we also managed to pretty much finish the hangar and the little landing pad outside, which is quite good. Yeah, in the long run, definitely worth it. I just wish Wildcard had done this in a more pleasant manner. Like, why couldn't they do it like this, where you can still change to all the different variations? That was way more convenient than having to go in piece by piece and adjust it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy with getting all the skins in the first place, but it just adds a whole lot more time onto building. All right, so yeah, I think, do we like the wood in between? I think we do. To be fair, the metal wasn't too bad either. But maybe some wood. There we go. Could we get rid of this plant? We could. All right. So that's some nice new platform, that's for sure. Okay, we're just gonna place down some lights, just pretending that they would actually be able to be powered. There we go. Just some lights to maybe give some light on it. But yeah, in general, oh geez, the lights. Sometimes the lights just go so super bright. Is this raptor just chilling with my Zeppelin? Maybe we turn them a little bit lower. I wish you could copy these settings to lights in the area. Well, in case we do power all of them, might as well change them all to be a little less bright. There we go. But yeah, the raptor fully is just chilling in my base. Like, this is a wild raptor. Just chilling in my base. Alright, I do think... Oh, jeez, it's still quite bright, those lights. Please stop flashing. There we go. I do think that's quite a nice addition. Got the hangar with the Zeppelin in there. And then we got this nice platform as well in front, where we could have some more rock drakes. I mean, we do have the dino pen where we could store them, but here we could park them ready for takeoff, which seems quite convenient. Or just jump off with the glide suit if we want to go grab some rock drake eggs, maybe, you know, fly down there. Or just go for a swing with Cosmo, although we do not really have much to swing from, but that's fine. I will find a way. Spider Shark will always find a way. So yeah, there we go. That's a pretty good build so far. I'm quite happy with the way this all turned out. Yeah, I guess the Raptor just wants to go for a ride, you know, fly around a little bit. We definitely do need some interior details, but I don't know if I will do those all on the stream right now. Just because we've already been going for 2 hours. But yeah, I am quite happy with the way this turned out. Let's actually change these skins before I forget. Add some more of those nice detail railings in here. There we go. Please don't replace any skins. There we go. Oh yeah, Zeppelin Hangar. It's pretty much done. On a similar, on a familiar spot. I'm just on the other side of the waterfall. But yeah, I think that works. Not sure how much I'll use it. It's quite slow, but it's a fun addition, I suppose. Yeah, probably just want to add some boxes and stuff everywhere to have a little bit of detail. Maybe we'll do a little corner. So we definitely want to have some of those, some of these. Maybe some treasure. They look quite nice together, right? And what was it called? Yeah, these. Alright, so for example... I mean, yeah, the Zeppelin is definitely paintable. I know that for a fact. I've seen it on my community server already. So yeah, you can definitely paint that. Alright, so we'll start with a little bit of this. And then we'll go into a little bit of this. There we go. Yeah, it's quite easy this way to add some nice detail. some treasure here and there, you know? That feels like we've got some proper storage, right? Very chaotic. Imagine using this as your actual storage. That would be a nightmare, trying to find things. There we go. Nope, that's definitely not what I wanted. There we go. Well, that feels like another nice little corner of detail. I'm not going to do everything. That's going to probably be a little bit too much for now. But yeah, that's an idea of how you could decorate it. It does add a lot of life to the place instantly. Maybe we make like a little, I don't know, a little office almost. Like almost like there's just a little office here for someone before you're allowed to take off. Probably just like this, a little edge. There we go. Oh, these skins are gonna be the most annoying thing about Aberration. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but yeah, this changing, it's gonna drive me insane by the end of this map. There we go. Do like the look of that. So probably want to change those to just the metal as well. There we go, fancy windows. Awesome. Little window table like this. Yeah, I feel like the system they had with the Frontier skins is better than what they have right now. Although I do like that we have more variations in most cases. There we go. Two little desks for you to check in. You know, they could open the window, check in. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Little library. Probably one of my favorite ways to decorate. Just have some of these against the walls. Just fills in the room quite nicely, right? Just adds a little bit extra. Right, so a little desk, blah, blah, blah. Do we need more here? Probably not. Let's add just a little chest. That's it. That's the thing. We got a little office building added to the corner as well. Why not? Why not? Full role play. We went full role play for this hangar. Yeah. I do think that's pretty much it. Like, we could decorate, of course. We probably need some more, like, storage or cargo everywhere. Well, that's just a bunch more of the same. It does fit our Zeppelin quite nicely. And yeah, quite happy with the way this turned out. We got a nice big platform in the front as well, where we could easily park a rock drake or 2 or 3, maybe 4. I don't know. Probably a bunch. Nice platform to jump off into the blue, go on all the adventures out there. And then also a big hangar for our Zeppelin completely done. Well, that was actually a very smooth build stream. Yeah, we set out with very little expectations, just the Zeppelin, which definitely turned out nice in its own accord. But then we also managed to build the whole hangar for the Zeppelin in the same go as well. That's quite nice. Yeah, means that our little steampunk village is definitely growing. We started with a little starter house. We escalated quite heavily with the dino pen, and now we've got a hangar, and we've yeah, working on a way to add to the cliff as well. So some of my next builds are going to be like a big workshop where we have all the storage and crafting. I think I'm also going to add visual storage to my world, just because it's a nice visual way to decorate a base and storage place. And I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna be that. But yeah, there's probably gonna be some more additions. There's gonna be a little steampunk town in the end anyway, so we have some room to expand on land, and then we could always have a few things along cliff platforms as well to spice things up a little bit. And we've made a nice little start to that today with this hangar, I would say. So yeah, let's fly out with the Zeppelin one more time. Oh, I was just gonna go aboard, but that's fine. There we go. Look at us. Let me escape from this prison. Look at us. The hangar and the Zeppelin. Nicely done. All coming together in a bigger build. I feel like I need a little bit less of this and probably a little bit more of this, you know, like that, so that we can actually see both builds. But yeah, that's been a nice addition. I love this little hangar for the Zeppelin on the cliffside. Raptor derping about as well. Oh, he fell down now. Let's see, can we actually make it lighter? I feel like the light on Aberration is quite difficult. Might also be the spot, because I'm like on the edge. It doesn't always like properly light up here. See, it's all mostly in the background. I guess this is about as good as we're gonna get. Yeah, the little Zeppelin with our Hangar as well. Very happy with the way this turned out. And very happy in general with the way... Jeez, these lights are going crazy in the distance. Yeah, the way the whole town is turning out, to be honest. But yeah, this definitely is a fun new addition. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, of course, if you want to see more videos like this, more streams like this. And soon a bunch of build tutorials, because I finally have a few builds out there, and then I can get started with making tutorials for some of those. So yeah, thank you for joining me today. Hopefully I see you around next time, and for now, goodbye.